Well, once again, he's Jimmy to somebody, but he's not the Jimmy you're looking for.
This is true.
Got to get me in this shot. Let's get us together here. Jimmy was supposed to come here. It's 8:30 tonight, Monday night, but it's really Tuesday, March 15th. No, Jimmy winks. It's Tuesday, March 15th.
I don't wink. That's how you tell us apart.
Oh, is that how you it is? It's not the bald head or anything like that. Anyway, so unfortunately, no Jimmy today. So he was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. He texted me at 8:15. He's still in the store, whatever they're picking out. I don't know what they're picking out. I think they're picking out their tile. I don't know. But Jim volunteered, didn't you, Jim?
Yeah.
to do the tag with us. So once again, everybody that normally does the tag will be listed in the description box down below, along with the questions if you want to do them too. The questions this week I came up with because Jimmy was too busy to even help, so I came up with them all by myself.
You should have asked me.
Yeah, I should have asked Jim. Jim has not seen these questions, so we'll see what he has to say. Number 1, if you could get free meals for life at any fast food restaurant, which one would you choose?
Ooh, that would be tough because although I love White Castles, there's not many White Castles around like the United States.
I don't know. There seems like there's a lot. People always talk
about
it.
There's a few, but there's not as many as like Burger King and McDonald's in that, I would guess I gotta pick just one, right?
Yes, if you could get free meals for any life at any, it just says that, which one would you choose?
I guess not that I'm picking one over the other because I like them both, but I would probably pick McDonald's.
See, this one's a hard one for me too, because at one point I would have told you Taco Bell, but their menu has really changed and it's just not the same. So Taco Bell is off my list now. But mine would probably be Burger King. Now I do like a good McDonald's, but...
You see, I was going to almost say Burger King, okay? But besides the Whopper...
Oh, now that you mention it, I think I would go with McDonald's because I do like a sausage biscuit for breakfast.
Right, because they have a better breakfast menu, I believe, than Burger King. And plus, burger-wise, the only thing they have that I care for is the cheese Whopper or just a regular cheeseburger, okay? But with McDonald's, you can get the, what's it called, the Big
Mac or quarter
pounder with cheese. And I like the regular cheeseburgers. Plus, like we said just earlier, that the breakfast menu is better.
He's convinced me. I'm switching my answer. I'm switching to McDonald's also. Number 2, if you had to live as an animal for 1 year, which animal would you choose?
What animal would I choose?
Judging by your record lately, you ought to be a deer. He's got a deer in a couple of years. You didn't get a deer this year, and I don't think... Well, you didn't hunt last year.
Yeah, I did.
Did you hunt last year?
Yeah. I didn't get nothing, but
See, 2 years in a row, no deer.
But I would guess a dog, I guess. I wouldn't want to be a cat.
See, now I would be a cat. Everybody likes
your... They're pains in the asses.
Yeah, Jim doesn't like cats. I love a cat. I just think a cat could, they don't really care.
I'd be a dog and I wouldn't care.
Yeah, you'd be barking all the time. You always would be. I would pick a cat.
For McDonald's.
Number 3, If you suddenly got paid for bad behavior, which habit would make you a fortune?
Well, I know what you would. We'd be millionaires.
Ha ha ha. You're going to ruin my image.
I know. If I had to pick up a bad habit that paid,
Yes, it would make you a fortune.
can I say smoking? That's a
Yeah.
bad habit.
Yeah, but you don't smoke anymore, so.
No, but I'd pick it up just so I could make bunches of money.
But you would die then because you'd get
Yeah,
cancer.
it's all right. You got to die of something. Be awful embarrassing to die of nothing.
That's your philosophy, that's for sure. Now mine is hard to pick. How would I don't have any bad habits.
No.
We'll say it together.
Swearing.
I do swear a little tiny little bit. Tell the story.
About Danny?
Yes.
I'll try and make it as short as I can. My father and I were talking about me swearing one time when our middle son, well, our second son, whatever, he was only about 5 years old at the time, and I said, I don't swear in front of the kids or Sandra. And he says, I don't believe that. And my son Danny was there, and you don't ask him a question if you don't want the right answer, if you don't want the truth. And my dad says, Danny, how many times have you heard your dad swear? And he stopped and thought for a minute, and he said, oh, maybe 4 times. I says, now ask him how many times he's heard his mother swear. He says, Danny, how many times have you heard your mother swear? And he goes, about 4,000.
And then people say Danny is my favorite in the family. After that, why would he be my favorite?
My story is I always tell people that Sandra was proud when Jimmy was learning how to talk. I said, he learned a half a word. And they say, what, a half a word? I go, yeah, mother.
I do tend to I never use the Lord's name in vain.
No, I never said you did.
I never use the Lord's name in vain. There's so many other choices that I can
Your
use.
repertoire.
I have a full language, like another language for me. Because sometimes a good swear word really fits the situation.
Yeah,
You know, it really does.
like David.
And some words you can use as as an adjective or as an adverb or as a noun. It's just like
Exactly.
you just got to use it the best. But yeah, we would be very rich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I could quit smoking.
I don't swear that much. I really don't.
Not
like,
anymore.
Not like I used to.
Now that the kids are older.
Yeah, I couldn't even. I really when they were growing up, I really couldn't correct them for swearing. I really couldn't because
No,
that would be kind of like
I could.
he could. So I always would wait till your dad gets home. One
Yeah.
of those.
Well, your effing dad gets home.
It wasn't to that extreme, but moving on. Number 4. What is the best sandwich?
The best sandwich? Well, you know what mine is. A bologna sandwich.
But it's got to have cheese on it.
No,
Oh, then why were we griping there was no cheese the other day?
because I needed cheese for my egg muffin.
Oh, okay. Jim makes his own egg McMuffin every morning for his breakfast. No, to me the best sandwich is ham, Polish ham, and either Swiss. I like Swiss cheese and I like mozzarella, but if I'm gonna put it in the microwave and melt it, I want mozzarella. But if I'm just gonna eat it on the sandwich alone, I like Swiss. But I like rye bread with Polish ham, a slice of cheese. I gotta take that back because if I'm gonna have it in the microwave, it's gonna be on an onion roll, and it's gonna be Polish ham and mozzarella cheese, and then I microwave it for 50 seconds, and then I eat it. But if it's just a sandwich I'm gonna eat, it's rye bread with the Polish ham, with Swiss cheese, with a little bit of spinach, a little bit of guacamole, and and some mustard. Sometimes a tomato, not always, but sometimes a tomato. But that is the best
You
sandwich.
see, bologna sandwiches, you can take them anywhere.
I could take that anywhere. Why can't I take that anywhere?
You're not going to tell them where I took my bologna sandwich?
Jim has another story. You think I'm the only one that has stories. Jim has stories too. We went to see
Oh.
Kon-Tiki.
Kon-Tiki. That was back in the, what, middle 70s?
Well, no, it might have been the early '70s because I don't think Jimmy was born yet.
I'm not sure.
It might have
But-
been like when you were home from on leave.
No, I don't know. But whenever Kon-Tiki came out, we went with my parents, and we were getting ready to leave, and I said, "Man, I'm hungry." And I says, "Mom, make me a couple bologna sandwiches and stick them in your purse."
Because I don't carry a purse. And
So-
I wouldn't have brought the bologna sandwiches.
And she
anyway.
wouldn't have brought them anyways. So my mother made me a couple bologna sandwiches and stuck them in her purse. So we waited for the movie to start.
But your dad and I did not sit with you.
No, because of the bologna sandwiches.
We went and sat somewhere else. We did not want to be associated with them too.
Right. Sandra and my dad sat someplace else away from my mother and
I
I.
think we sat on the other side of the aisle.
Could be. But we waited for the movie to start, and when the movie started, she handed me a sandwich, and I'm eating it. And this little kid, I don't remember if he was in front of us or behind us or what, but he goes, "Mom, I smell bologna sandwiches." And she goes, "Shut up, no you don't."
We're in a movie theater. Who would bring a bologna sandwich to the theater? We could hear the kid from where we were sitting too, and we were thankful we weren't sitting with the two yo-hos on the other side, making their own sandwiches and bringing them. But when we were little, we used to make our own popcorn and bring it.
There you go.
But that's different because people bring popcorn to the movies. Number 5, what is your personal mantra? Mine is, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. My kids knew that. One day, I don't want to bring my coat. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
I don't know. I don't know that I really have one. Besides, you never can have enough guns.
Yeah, you can. We
No.
have too many.
No. No, there's a difference between wanting a gun and needing a gun.
That's true.
I don't need it, but I want it.
So yours is it's better to need it and not want it than to want it and not need it?
It's better to have it and not need it.
How do we stay married for so many years? It's just like... number 6, have you ever lost a bet? If so, what was it and what were the consequences?
You play cards and you lose bets and that, but if, like you're talking about, you bet somebody that you can like either do something and you lose the bet. I was working on a job one time and it was just about time to go, and it was winter time, and we were working at one of the car plants, and they had just fired up the oven for when they spray paint the cars. It goes through this long oven, and it dries the paint. And I figured, how hot can it really get? And a guy bet me $5 I couldn't walk through it. So I said, yeah, I'll take that bet. And I got about maybe a third of the way through, and I had to turn around and get out of there like real quick. Because I was literally almost burning up. They get hot.
They do get hot. Mine would be when I was working at Montgomery Wards, and there was this one guy's name was Jim, and not this Jim, a different Jim, and he was young. He was like 15 years younger than me, and he had like a really baby face. And I never wear dresses. I had a hard time picking out dresses for my kid's wedding because I knew I had to wear a dress. But I have a black skirt that I wore when we were dating that I still have. It's just like, no, I just don't wear dresses. But anyway, he was asking me why I don't wear dresses and stuff, and I go, well, why don't you shave? Because we just kind of like, our banter was we always were like kind of picking on each other. And so he said, well, I bet you that I can grow a beard and it will take me less than 30 days. And I go, I see your baby face. It's going to take longer than 30 days, and you're never going to keep it on. You'll never keep it on. He said, well, I bet you that within 30 days I can grow a full beard, and if I do, you have to wear a dress to work for a long Saturday shift, because the Saturday shift was you work from 12 to 9. And so I said, I'll take that bet. And so I said, if I win and you don't grow the full beard, then you have to wear like a really, because he was very conservative. I said, you got to wear a really wild shirt and tie to work at the same shift, because he was always like a white shirt with a black tie. He never would go any crazy. And so he said, okay, that sounds fair. Well, he grew a full beard like Jim. Well, Jim's is a goatee, but he had a full beard. I don't know how it came in. And so I had to wear a dress to work. And it cost me more. I should have just bet him, because I had to go out and buy the dress, and then I had to buy the nylons. I had to wear makeup because that was part of the thing too. So I had to get some makeup and the whole bit. And I think I should have just bet him like $50, and it would have been cheaper in the long run.
There you go.
And it was a long day. So long that people from other departments that knew that I never wore dresses used to come into my department just to see me. And it wasn't just to see how I looked. It was just to make fun of me, because they know how much I hated wearing dresses. Even when I went to work, my kids go, why are you wearing a dress? It was just so obvious.
Because I want to.
Yes. I just thought I'd be different today. Number 7, what is the weirdest food combination you enjoy?
The weirdest food combination that
See, I don't think mine is weird, but I like Cheerios with orange juice instead of milk and banana in it. Or I like cottage cheese and pork and beans, but mixed all together, like it's one meal.
I don't think I have something that would be considered weird, unless you want to say, like, I like burnt onions cooked with pork and beans.
Yeah, he likes that. And the one time I was making burgers and I was trying to grill the onions, and they were all burnt. They were disastrous.
They were black.
They were terrible. I thought, and he said, I put them in the thing because I thought, you can take them or leave them. He told me it was the best onions I'd ever made. I'm thinking that was the worst onions I ever made. When his mother always used to burn the bottom of the cookies, and so I didn't really realize that. And then when I made my first batch of cookies when we were married, and they were burnt, and I was getting ready to throw them away, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm throwing them away. They didn't turn out." He says, "Those are perfect." And, no. So whenever Bertie makes
things burnt.
Yeah, some things burnt, I guess. I think your weirdest combination is when you eat the heart and the kidneys and all of that.
No, I don't eat the kidney. I'll eat the heart of the deer, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. That's just weird.
Well, it's weird to you.
Yeah, but see, and then you think my Cheerios and orange juice is weird. It's not. Number 8, what is your favorite meal to eat when you go to a restaurant?
Well, you see, there we have a problem, because when I go to if you're talking for dinner, you know me.
Well, any meal for you.
But you know me, when I go to a restaurant to eat, I never order the same thing twice.
In a row.
I order something different. Unlike you, it's got to be, it's a spring chicken. Oh, didn't see that coming.
Chicken. I like chicken wherever we go. Or sometimes we get fish and chips. Not very often. And then we go out to breakfast. I always get
the rooster omelet. Or if we go to that restaurant.
Yeah.
Or if we go to the pancake house, it's pecan pancakes.
So if you go to the pancake house, you got to get pecan pancakes. But if you go to like the Country Inn, you get the rooster omelet. That's everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. But Jim gets
I like to switch it up.
Yeah,
Variety.
I mostly get chicken, no matter where we go. It's a chicken of some variation. Number 9, what is the most outrageous lie you believed as a child?
Santa Claus.
Yes. Well, mine was that he could make it all the way around the world in one night and see
Exactly.
everybody's house. It's like, because really is a Santa Claus. I just don't believe that he does it all in one night all by himself. I think he has his elves helping him. Because I can't think that Santa hits every single house. Now, I know with the time zones it's a little bit different, but still, that's a lot of houses.
That hour helps.
Okay, in the comments below, this was a question that was the other day that Jim and I didn't agree on. What are there more of in the world? Wheels or windows? No, not windows, doors. Wheels or doors?
I would say wheels.
And I would say doors. What's your opinion? I'd like to know. Because there's only 4 wheels on a car.
Yeah, but we have 8 between the two of us.
Okay, but how many doors do we have in this house? And this is just our house.
Yeah. Plus Marv across the street, he picks up the
He picks up the slack.
he picks up the slack. He's got cars all over the place.
Plus a motorcycle. I still say, because think of an apartment, a high-rise apartment building. How many doors there are in that?
And all them people are driving.
Not all of them, because some of them just take the public transit.
Yeah, and them buses have wheels.
It's doors. It's doors. And number 10, when you get to heaven, what do you want to hear God say to you?
You made it?
That's a good one for you. I want God to say, what are you doing here already? It's too soon. It's too soon.
No, I don't want to hear him say, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here now? Yeah, that does sound better. What are you doing here now? It's too soon. It's too soon. Okay, that's the questions for this week. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's answer. We all know that there are more doors in the world than wheels.
Yeah, it's possible.
But
You'd have to maybe Google it. I don't know if Google would do that.
I don't know the Google, and then I don't want to Google it because then Google's going to send me all kinds of things about doors and wheels, because that's what they do.
Yeah, oh well.
So anyway, thank you for doing the tag since Jimmy's not here 2 weeks in a row. People like seeing you though.
I'm sure they do.
They do. They say, "Oh, that Jim," as I say all the time. "Oh, that man of mine." But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share it.
And mimeograph.
Okay, so thank you so much. See you guys soon. Hopefully Jimmy will be back next week. If not, we'll have Jim again. How's that sound?
Oh, can't hardly wait.